Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today is Thursday, the 6th of May, and this is Crypto Update. There's lots of stuff I want to talk about, including the Forestry Token video, which I posted last week, and of course, loads of news coming in the crypto world. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Right, first up, Forestry Token. Last week, I was contacted by someone to do a voiceover for their channel for Forestry Token. And whilst I haven't done this ever before, I thought I might as well give it a go. I'll give it a try. People like to hear what I've got to say, but it was a scripted video. I did half of the research on it. Looked like a great token. I did the script and I delivered it and it went live on their YouTube channel. And afterwards, I thought this is actually really quite a nice project. I looked at it. I liked the fact it was targeting the environmental issues going on in the world today. And obviously the scammers did quite a good job because they leaned on people's kind of your heart, your kind of, oh, I want to help the world, this kind of thing. And it was a mistake for me to post that video. I didn't do full due diligence on that project. From the outside, it looked quite good, but I do apologize to everyone for posting that video, and I have obviously since taken it down. And I'm going to do a full video actually on scams and how to kind of spot them before you put your money into them. As far as I'm concerned, I think you should stay as much as you can into Bitcoin. And I did mention on that video that it was not a good idea to invest significant amounts of funds because it's a highly speculative project. However, I have found a cool project called Pamp, which is meant to be this idea of compensating people from scams using this community meme token. Now, obviously, this is not the new Dogecoin. This is kind of a bit of a joke. It's a meme coin, but it's going to be given out free. And I think if you're interested in something like this, you can go check out this website, Pamp. I've put the link down below for you guys to look at it. Obviously, their main guy is Scamala Pamperson, which is quite funny. And I think it's a bit of fun. You can actually apply to them once they've launched to get some free tokens if you've been scammed. I'm not sure exactly how they're going to not allow scammers to scam them at the same time, but it's kind of an interesting project for you guys to check out. They've already done their pre-sale. They've already raised some money. So I think that project's going to get started soon. I think it's a bit of fun. This is not investment advice at all. It's just a bit of fun. You might be interested in checking it out. Also, my competitions I've been running over the last couple of weeks have had some issues because there's been these bots or scammers again commenting loads of times on my videos. And someone picked up on it and noticed that actually the winners, even though they were different usernames, they were always using the same BNB address for me to pay out. And I didn't notice that. But someone in my Telegram group picked up on it and basically told me there's a lot of scamming going on. So I looked into it and it is a lot of scammers posting over and over again from different accounts to try and get more competition chances, more chances to win the competition. So I've decided to stop those giveaways in that format, and instead I've started using a platform called Gleam.io, which enables me to run like a third-party competition. Now, I've got one running for this week. It was a test, so if there's anything going wrong with it, I do apologize. But you can try testing it out by going to this link. I've put it in the description again. I'm going to run one of these every single week, and you can enter all of those different ways. The more ways you enter, the more chances you have to win. And every Monday, in my crypto updates, I'm going to give a secret word. So if you've watched the Monday video, you'll be able to get an extra 5 entries if you put that secret word in. And I'll link to the same competition for the whole week through all the videos that I do and then announce the winner on the following Monday. So this way, we should be able to get fairer winners, basically. So I hope that works out. If it doesn't, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I hope this one works. So good luck to everyone that's entering in that. You can enter this one right now. There's 6 days left. Got to announce that next week. Okay, so let's get into the market. Bitcoin, 57,000. It's been a month now of just hovering around this kind of 50 to 60,000 mark. We've had that big breakout to 64,000, but it pulled back a lot. A lot of people were, oh my God, it's going to be the end. It's going to be the end. It's going down to 40. It didn't go down to 40. And I think that we are about to have, again, a big breakout in Bitcoin. Let's have a look at the chart here. I'm not a technical analyst, so I don't know what the patterns are forming. You'll have to go look at some other channels. There are some great channels out there for you guys to look at. But from the way I see it, this is one of the most stable months Bitcoin's ever had, especially in the last few months where it's been absolutely pumping. Now that means that there is some action coming, and I think it's going to be to the upside. What do you guys think? Tell me down below. I think we're going to hit $100,000 in the next few months, and I'm going to start making a video very soon on how to start dollar cost averaging out your profits. Now, the first article I wanted to talk about before we go into the rest of the market is the market wrap here from CoinDesk. Ethereum Classic still show from Bitcoin, Ether, even Doge. Now, this is alt season. This is when lots of people that don't necessarily know what they're doing in Bitcoin or in crypto are investing in these projects because they're cheap. They're, oh, that's 1 cent, or that's 2 cents, or that's cheap. I can buy a whole one of those, or I can buy hundreds of those, and it's going to go up. I have a chance of making more money. Now, if you look at it if you were like super intelligent and looking at it, you'd be like, that's stupid. But as I mentioned in one of my other videos, this herd mentality is actually a way for you guys to benefit and you guys to make money. If you can predict what people or what your average Joe is going to do and what they're going to buy, you can join in that trend, but you've got to make sure that you're out and you're not the last one holding the bag. And that's why over the next, I think 5 to 6 months, I'm going to be moving my altcoins, not from today. I still think there's a long way to go, but I'm going to start moving my altcoins back into Bitcoin, probably from June, July, I would imagine. I'm going to see how the market looks. But Ethereum Classic, that's quite an interesting project. Now, I was mining Ethereum 5 or 6 years ago, and they had this split. Basically, one of the big DAOs was hacked, and I think it was about $50 million worth of ETH was stolen. And they voted to rescind the blockchain and go back to a previous point so they could return the funds to the people that had it stolen from. But what happened was the Ethereum Classic people decided, well, that's not how Ethereum is meant to do. It was a software code error, not an actual error in the platform. The platform worked exactly how it was meant to do. It was the person that programmed it that did it wrong. So therefore, it's their fault. And the whole concept of blockchain is that you're not meant to be able to change anything. You're not meant to be able to log in and take someone else's funds away and go back on what's in the blockchain already. So that's what caused the split, and we have the Ethereum Classic. Now, Ethereum Classic has been for a long time in the shadows of Ethereum because obviously everything is built on Ether and the main Ethereum blockchain. But there has been some updates with ETC. They've had the Thanos update, which has reduced the risk of attacks, of the 51% attacks. And now they are basically starting to shift their focus onto network adoption. So trying to get people onto ETC. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Right, back to CoinMarketCap. Obviously, we've had big action in Ethereum this week and even bigger action in some of the altcoins, including Bitcoin Cash, Chainlink. The last 7 days, we've seen huge movements in Ethereum Classic, which is up almost 200% in a week, which is absolute crazy. There's just a lot of movement going on in this market. So if you're lucky enough to be in these coins, you are making a lot of money. Just be wary, as I said, don't be the last person holding the bag. I believe investing in projects that have good fundamentals, that have long-term ideas and are sustainable. Right now, the price is being pumped by people's emotions. So you might be able to make short-term gains because you're benefiting off those people's emotions, but long-term, those emotions are going to fade and you're only going to get the actual true value of the coin. So just be careful of that going forward. Right, investing stimulus checks in Dogecoin would have made $425,000. Now, I think the total stimulus checks, I think there was 2 of around $4,000 or something like this. And if you'd invested all of those since you got them, you would have made an absolute massive $425,000. So all of the people that were joking, oh, you idiots, you're putting money into crypto with your stimulus checks, that's exactly what happened. They put their money into crypto. They've all made a lot of money, especially if they've held Dogecoin. I can't believe anyone has been able to hold it all of this time, because when it went from 0.04 to 0.08, that's doubled in that space of time. You're probably taking profits. So unless you've got absolute diamond hands, which I don't normally have because I'm a profit taker. I like to take profits when it goes up. I take profits. And my main idea, as I always said, is to accumulate Bitcoin. So if I've doubled my Bitcoin when I've moved it from Bitcoin to Dodge and it's gone up 100%, I'm going to be taking that profit back into Bitcoin because you don't go broke making a profit. New York Giants ink sponsorship deal with Grayscale and NFL first. The tie-up also involves educational seminars on cryptocurrencies for Giants personnel. So Grayscale are getting in on the sports scene in America. And it's a double whammy, isn't it? Because they're getting amazing exposure for their fund, for Grayscale, and they are basically getting access to all of these mega wealthy, high-paid athletes who, of course, are starting to put their paychecks into cryptocurrency. It's much more efficient. It's a great way to invest the money. They don't really know what to do with their money anyway because they're paid, crazy amounts, hundreds of millions of dollars in some cases. And this is happening right now. So they are now the official sponsors of the New York Giants. Great move from Grayscale, I think, very smart. DeFi more disruptive to banks than Bitcoin, says ING, and I totally agree, kind of agree. Centralized finance is what banks are in, whereas DeFi is obviously taking them out of the picture. It's enabling people to bank without banks. It's enabling loaning to happen. You can lend money off different people. You can earn interest on your capital by loaning it directly through smart contracts. Smart contracts are the key kind of asset to the whole blockchain system that we're working on. When Ethereum introduced them with their smart contract system, it changed the game. And obviously we now have Generation 3 blockchains, which are basically Ethereum on crack cocaine or on steroids. And they're just so effective. And there are huge platforms, including ones like Aave, which has now $17 billion locked in its liquidity protocol. And commenting on the paper, ING blockchain lead, Francois, pointed out that DeFi could be more disruptive than Bitcoin to the financial sector, adding the crypto-friendly Dutch lender has the ecosystem in its sights. So these banks are starting to look in. How can they get their foot in the game? If they don't do anything, they're going to lose out. And this is what I've always talked about with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, is that it's too expensive not to be involved. And that's what's driving adoption for crypto every single day. Court orders Kraken to provide information on user transactions to the IRS. So they're basically saying anyone that's sold or bought over $20,000 of crypto between 2016 and 2020, Kraken has to tell them the names of those individuals. And obviously Kraken has all of the KYC, the Know Your Client information on these people, because that's what they need to do as part of the regulations they have when they are a business in the US. And it's similar to what happened with Coinbase. I think it was only a year ago or 2 years ago. They were, I can't remember what the word is, they were issued a summons. A John Doe summons was used on Coinbase as well to get information on these high net worth individuals. So if you're not filing your taxes and you're using these platforms to buy cryptocurrency, you're going to get found out. So it's important if you're a US taxpayer, and to be honest, the IRS is just like the most, they're crazy. They're going to come around your house. You get bigger prison sentences for not paying your tax than you do for killing someone. So it's absolutely crazy. Make sure you pay your taxes. And I don't really know how to do it. I can't advise on it because I'm kind of like a digital nomad. I'm not really resident anywhere at the moment. It's best for you guys to make sure you know what you're doing. Get some professional advice on it. Right. Signs the Bitcoin hash rate is starting to move away from China. The US is slowly increasing its share of the Bitcoin hash rate. And obviously, I've been in China a long time. I've seen the mining. There are a lot of Bitcoin miners. Plus, all of the equipment, or most of the equipment, is made in China. Bitmain, which is the biggest producer of the equipment to mine Bitcoin with, the ASIC machines, they are a Chinese company. I think they're based in Hong Kong now, but they make a lot of their stuff in China. So it's easy to get it there. It's cheap, efficient. So add that on top to the very low cost of labor there and the very low cost of electricity, because they're using all these hydroelectric plants, which are basically free electricity. It's not being used anywhere else. It's a great place to mine. But thankfully, that percentage of hash rate is starting to now move into other places in the world, which is good news for Bitcoin because it basically enables a proper decentralization of the network. Now, if you're not familiar, if you have over 50%, if you control over 50% of the network at any time, it is possible for you to hack Bitcoin. So it's very important that this remains distributed throughout the world and no one's in control of one whole set of hash rates. Okay, great. Well, that's just a very quick update for today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. As I said, I did link for the competition down below. The secret word is TOTHEMOON, so you can include that in the competition to get 5 extra free entries. Click the link down below, get involved. And until the next one, I'll see you guys on Crypto Money Life.